In 1825, work began to construct a canal that would connect Lake Erie with the Ohio River. The goal was to connect the Ohio frontier with New York and New Orleans and provide fast, reliable transportation for goods across the state.
The Ohio and Erie Canal was a massive engineering project that was put in place in order to help open up the state of Ohio to travelers and to the people to develop it. Markets out east were inaccessible to inland Ohio, largely because the topography was rough. There were mountains in the way. So the canal, what it did was it connected the eastern markets to Lake Erie, and then from Lake Erie it connected the inland of Ohio to the Ohio River. And from the Ohio River you can get to the Mississippi River, and from the Mississippi River you could get to the Gulf of Mexico. That opened up Ohio to all kinds of opportunity.
At the peak of construction, more than 4,000 laborers worked on the canals, and many Ohio communities began as towns for canal workers.
The canals brought in a lot of different goods. They made transporting goods easier. Also, it made it easier for goods to come into town. So a lot of towns along the Ohio and Erie Canal went from very small towns to very prosperous towns.
People could come in, they could set up a farm, they could grow their crops and their livestock, and if they had a surplus, now they had somewhere to sell it. And that made Ohio basically go from being a backwater frontier to being the third most populated state in the Union.
A section of the Ohio and Erie Canal cut through Fort Lawrence and removed the eastern bastions of the fort structure. In fact, the separatists who founded the nearby village of Zor built 7 miles of the canal to pay off debt for the land they inhabited.
The Zoraites were German separatists who set up their settlement so they can have religious freedom, and so the canal was a big, important part of their existence because that was a way that they were able to earn the money they needed to set up their community.
At the time the canal was built, the Tuscarawas River ran where Interstate 77 is today. The river was moved in the 1970s to construct the highway. Today, Fort Lawrence is part of the Ohio and Erie Canalway National Heritage Area.
One of the great things about Fort Lawrence is the hiking opportunities there. The Ohio and Erie Canal towpath trail goes right through Fort Lawrence. If you continue on south, you'll go over the trail which takes you over I-77, and you have several miles of really beautiful trail to walk on.
The Ohio and Erie Canal towpath trail, the Buckeye Trail, the Zor Valley Trail, and the Bridle Trail all converge here at Fort Lawrence.